Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Blackman. The story I'm sharing today comes from Thailand. Back in February 2020, during one of the early COVID waves, a woman checked into a converted hotel in Bangkok to isolate after testing positive. She had upgraded to a single room on the 14th floor, away from the other patients, not knowing that the view from her window faced a crematorium and that the room hadn't been used in a long time. What happened over the next 10 nights made the staff stop her weeks later to ask if anything had followed her home. To help the flow sound more natural, some character names will be changed into English equivalents. Don't worry, the story stays exactly the same, just with names that are easier to pronounce and remember in English. Now, let's get started. It was February 2020 when I caught COVID. The third wave was surging through the city and infections were everywhere. I tested positive at home, so I called my usual hospital. They told me to come in, and when the results came back, my phone rang at 1 in the afternoon. Be here by 2, they said. Pack everything you can carry. You're going to a hotel. Wait for our van at the hospital. We need to draw blood and check you over first. I threw things into bags as fast as I could and rushed over. When I arrived, they told me I'd probably be staying at a hotel, let's call it the Riverside Plaza, in the Ramkhamhaeng area. I felt uneasy immediately. This wasn't on the hospital's official list of COVID hotels they denounced. I searched it on my phone. Where exactly was it? What did the rooms look like? Had anyone reviewed it? It sat far across Bangkok from my apartment in Bang Siu, practically on the opposite side of the city. The photos showed an old building that had been renovated, but there were no reviews from anyone who'd stayed there for treatment. I asked the staff if I could switch to one of the main hotels on the official list. They checked and shook their heads. Completely full, they said. You have to go to this one. No other options. I gave in. I explained that I lived with my boyfriend. We shared everything, meals and bed. And if he got infected, he'd need to join me, so I paid extra to upgrade to a single room with one bed. The staff coordinated everything. I signed the papers, and then they drew my blood. I sat waiting until the hospital van arrived after 4 o'clock. We took the expressway and pulled up to the hotel at 5:30. The building felt old the moment I stepped inside, though someone had clearly tried to freshen it up. The lobby was dim and strangely quiet, almost hushed. They'd set up a station for taking patient histories. The staff ran through the regulations, handed out room keys and key cards in order. There were 10 of us in the van. When my turn came, they said patients can go up to their rooms now. I should mention there were 2 elevators, the left one for patients only, the right for nurses. We all crowded in. I'd gotten friendly with one woman during the ride. We were fellow patients after all. "Which room are you in?" she asked. "Maybe we can chat in the hallway sometime." We compared keys. Everyone else was on the 11th floor. Just one other person had upgraded and was on a different floor, the 14th, and that was me. "Why is everyone on 11 and I'm the only one going up to 14? I asked. She laughed. "Well, you paid for the upgrade. Higher floor, better view. You earned it." I felt a little sad then, watching them all get off together. If we'd been on the same floor, at least I'd have had company. The elevator doors closed with that soft chime, and I rode up alone. When the doors opened on 14, I actually flinched. It was pitch black in front of me. The only light spilled from inside the elevator, just enough to show me where to step. I got out and stopped right in front of the fire escape. Stairs descending on both sides with no doors to close them off, like the open steps in a movie theater leading up to seats. The hotel had blocked the gaps with wooden slats, probably to keep people from falling, or maybe for feng shui, the Chinese practice of arranging spaces for harmony. I couldn't tell. I checked my key. The building was L-shaped, with the stem of the L on my right. My room was on that side, directly opposite the elevator. The door across from mine lined up perfectly with the fire escape and the elevator I'd just left. Wow, I thought, this feng shui feels like Chinatown. Something felt wrong. The atmosphere pressed down on me, quiet and heavy. I was completely alone. I pulled myself together. Better get inside, it's already 6:30, and opened the door. My nary nearly slipped from my hand. The first thing I saw was the window. A large window, no balcony, just glass. And directly opposite, perfectly aligned with my bed, stood a crematorium. I would be sleeping facing it. I grabbed my phone, filmed everything, and sent it to my boyfriend. "Look at this room," I wrote. "Look where I am." He texted back, "It's okay. Stay there for now. If it's really not working, we can try to change rooms later." I stepped inside. The bathroom was on the left. Its door, a sliding wooden panel like in a hospital. On the right stood a built-in wardrobe. There was a display cabinet with shelves, but its back was a mirror. You could see the bathroom sink reflected in it. Opposite that sat the foot of the first bed, pushed against the bathroom wall. Next to it, a small table, really a TV stand. Behind the television hung another large mirror facing the second bed. I'd paid for a single room, but they'd pushed 2 beds together. I stood there confused, knowing I couldn't ask to change rooms the moment I had arrived. I went to the window to see which side of the hotel I was on. To my right ran the San Sep Canal, with a boat pier visible below. I thought of the accidents there, the boats that had capsized. I didn't know if this place had a history, but I was already frightened. I pushed the second bed flush against the first, against the bathroom wall, and piled all my belongings on it to make it look occupied. Then I walked the room. Dust everywhere, cobwebs. The room felt abandoned. A thin layer of dust coated the TV table. I paid extra for this, I thought. I called the nurse station on the hotel phone. Did anyone clean this room? How am I supposed to sleep? The sheets and pillowcases were new at least. The nurse explained no one had used this room, so it hadn't been cleaned, but the bed is fresh. If you want to clean it yourself, you can call reception for equipment. They definitely won't send anyone up. I hung up and called reception. They promised a broom and dustpan. 15 minutes later, a knock came. I opened the door to find the cleaning supplies left in the hallway, the elevator already closing. They were in a hurry, I thought. Then I remembered, I'm infected. Of course they don't want to meet me. I cleaned and unpacked, putting away food, hanging clothes. Then I remembered with a jolt, I'd forgotten my Buddha amulet, the one I always wore around my neck. I checked my wallet. Not a single baht, no money to buy a replacement. I took a breath. Okay. I chanted from memory every prayer I knew. Swat Man, Buddhist chanting, spoken aloud, asking permission to stay, explaining how many days I'd be there, explaining everything. That helped a little. I showered, did my routine, lay down with my phone. I don't know when I fell asleep. The next thing I felt was a poke on my arm. I was on my side, facing the second bed, my left arm extended, legs slightly bent. In my half-sleep, I brushed it away. But then my mind woke up. I'm not home. I'm alone. I opened my eyes. Nothing. Probably just the blanket, I told myself. I closed my eyes again. Another poke. This time, I opened my eyes while it was happening. It wasn't light anymore. I felt pressure, something pressing into my flesh, dragging across it. I yanked my arm back, pulled it tight to my chest and hugged it. Silence for a moment. Then, slowly, my gaze still fixed on the second bed, I watched the mattress sink down, like someone sitting. Then another spot, smaller, sunk too. I was starting to panic, but I tried to focus. I'm nearsighted. I strained to see clearly. Everything sunk, settled. I slowly pulled my legs in, still hugging my arm. Then at my legs, I felt fingers crawling like a crab, scuttling across my skin. I jerked my legs up and hugged them to my chest, watching, waiting. A moment later, something pulled me down hard, once toward my knees. I pulled back. It happened fast. When I resisted, it pulled again. I still didn't let go of my knees. I pulled back with everything I had, and whatever it was flew away from me, past my eyes to the foot of the bed. That night, I scrambled back against the headboard, hugging my knees, shaking, crying, drooling without knowing it. My whole body trembled. I don't know how long I sat there. Then I heard the bathroom faucet running. I peered through the display cabinet's mirror, which reflected into the bathroom. The sliding door stood half open. I watched the sink, the faucet, for a long while. I tried to compose myself. The time showed 2:30 a.m. I crawled off the bed slowly, put my head out to check the bathroom. Quiet. I got up to turn it off. But I was curious. Was I imagining things because I was sick? I tested the faucet, pushed down to close, pull up to open. It felt stiff, not loose, nothing that should turn on by itself. I checked under the sink for anything broken, anything that could have pushed the handle up. Nothing. I even went into the shower and sprayed water as hard as I could, testing if pressure from there could force the sink faucet open. Nothing worked. I opened the faucet again, then pushed it down hard to close. Tight. Not a single drip. Okay, I thought, that's it. I walked out without hesitation, got back on the bed, and sat in the same position, hugging my knees, crying. My mind raced. What just happened? What did I encounter? Is this real? Is there a scientific explanation? What is this? I came to my senses at a knock on the door. I grabbed my phone. 7 a.m. I opened it to find breakfast delivery. They'd placed a chair outside for food or for sitting. The staff had left 2 boxes. They think there are 2 people, I realized. Hey, I called, but they were already walking to the next room. I'm alone, I shouted. I'll only take 1 box. Please take the other back. They didn't turn around. I took 1 box inside. I sat thinking, reflecting. Never mind. I'll pretend I don't know anything. I'm exhausted. I'll sleep. This was the first night. After eating, I fell asleep again. The next thing I heard was knocking and a voice calling for patients to come out for blood pressure checks. Groggy, I put on my glasses and mask and went out. Since you needed the key card for electricity and air conditioning, I propped my door open with my shoe and sat waiting in the hallway. A nurse walked up from the right, passed a few rooms, then stopped. She turned and stared at me. "Wake up your friend for the blood pressure check," she said. "I'm alone," I told her. "I came alone." She looked at me hard, not believing. She stepped back, peered into my room where I'd propped the door open with my shoe, then looked at me again. "Alone?" "Yes, miss." Oh, okay. Wait a moment. I'll check the other side first." There was another nurse on the left. She went to do her rounds there, typing on her phone, glancing at me, typing again, glancing back. When the other nurse finished, she returned to me. I knew they were gossiping about me. She put the blood pressure cuff on me without meeting my eyes, looking down but constantly glancing into my room. While the machine pumped, she typed on her phone, not bothering to watch my arm. It must have been painful. When she finished, she still tried to peer inside as much as possible while removing the cuff. I wondered why. Every other room that came out for checks had 2 people. Maybe they thought I had someone too, or 3 people. I tried to think positively, but the other patients also looked at me strangely. Maybe because I'd shouted about the 2 food boxes that morning, they thought I was being fussy about my upgrade. I don't know. They went about their business. After the check, I went back inside. Everything was the same. I accidentally fell asleep again. I hadn't slept at all the night before. Then another knock. Lunch. I opened the door. 2 boxes. Again. I looked at the staff and said, "I'm alone. Just 1 box." Today, thinking they might have already touched the box and couldn't take it back, and since I was infected, I told her, "Miss, come back, take 1 back first, then I'll take my things inside." She just shook her head without a word and pushed her cart away. "Fine, suit yourself," I said, and took both boxes inside. After lunch, I slept again. I woke up at dinner time. If they give me 2 boxes again, I'll really argue. I opened the door, 2 boxes, same as before. But this time I felt sorry for them. Maybe they had regulations, or maybe upgraded rooms always got 2 portions. I took them inside. After dinner, same routine. Phone, accidental sleep, until the same time. I was lying there when I got poked in the arm again. But this time, the moment I felt it, I yanked my arm back, opened my eyes immediately, and hugged myself. I watched to see if the bed would move, if any spot would sink. Quiet. I seemed to be waiting to fall asleep again. Then I got pulled down. I pulled back. It pulled again. I pulled back, like we were fighting over the blanket. Then it yanked me down hard, just like the first night, and flew away. I cried, but not as much as before. Tears flowed. I pulled myself up, sat hugging my knees, gripping my phone, watching. After a while, I realized the faucet was running again. I checked my phone, same time. I waited until about 2:45 a.m., then got up and turned it off. I came back and sat down. My thoughts conflicted. What am I experiencing? Should I tell them? Will they think I'm crazy? I sat there, tears flowing until morning. Food delivery knocked. I opened the door. 2 boxes, again. Why can't we communicate? I only want 1. I took them inside, did everything the same. At 9 a.m., the nurse came, someone new, not from yesterday. I still propped my door open with my shoe and sat waiting. This nurse was nicer, more talkative. She was going to the right side of the hallway first, then coming back to do me last since my room was by the elevator. She walked past, then when she reached me, she patted something, maybe the TV, through her full PPE suit, plastic and all. "Wake up your friend for the blood pressure check," she said. "I'm alone," I told her. "It's in the details. I've been alone since yesterday." "Oh, really? It's on the board you came with. It says I'm alone. There's information stating it clearly. You should go ask them." Oh, okay. Wait a moment. All same as the others." She walked to the person on the left first. That nurse just nodded in response. This one typed notes into her clipboard. After finishing that side, she came back to me. While she typed, I stretched, curious if she was gossiping or writing a report. "Miss, on the board, does it say what day I checked in? What are the details? Can I see?" I pretended to ask about my oxygen level from yesterday. She opened it for me. Room number, patient name, then columns for blood pressure readings and data. "Here, my room. I'm alone. My name's only on 1 line. Other rooms have 2 names." "Oh, that's true. You are alone." "Yes, miss. I've been alone since yesterday. My boyfriend hasn't followed me yet," I informed her. She made a confused face and looked into my room once more. She looked, then said, speaking softly, almost to herself, "Just now, I thought I saw the tips of someone's feet lying there." I quickly pushed the door open with my hand to show her. My stuff was everywhere. "I'm alone." She still peeked in. "Oh, true." She closed the door for me. "You're alone." She checked me normally. As for the food delivery, I had to inform them every day that I was getting 2 boxes, but they never listened. It continued until the very end. Yes, this was my routine. Every night, the same. Being pulled, the water turning on, and I couldn't transfer rooms. I asked, giving every reason. The air conditioner was freezing. I couldn't handle it. But they always said it was full. People were constantly arriving. When someone left, someone new came in. Transferring would mean disinfecting everything, complicated procedures. They convinced me, and I understood. I said, okay. By the 3rd night, I decided I wouldn't tell my boyfriend or anyone what I was experiencing. I'd pretend it was imagination. If I acted like I didn't see anything, maybe it would stop. If I told him, he might worry, or it might somehow make things worse. I set an alarm for midnight. I woke before 1:15 a.m. to wait and see if anything would happen. I went to bed normally. The alarm went off at midnight and I woke immediately, turned on the TV, found a football match, turned up the volume, scrolled through my Facebook feed, opened random things, anything to avoid quiet. At 1:15 a.m., nothing came. No pulling, no sitting at the foot of the bed. I waited until almost 2:30 a.m., then took a shower. When it got close to 2:30, I stared at the displayed cabinet mirror reflecting into the bathroom. Right on time, like a bell ringing, the faucet flipped open. I saw it with my own eyes, the handle flipping up, water running. What is that? I already checked. There's no way this could flip by itself. I stared, frozen, shocked so completely that I stood there a long time before realizing I had to turn it off. At 3 a.m., I got up and turned it off. I backed away and sat on the bed. I didn't dare sleep. I sat waiting until the food delivery knock came. The moment I heard it, I opened the door. 2 boxes again. I was getting annoyed. Why, after all this coordination, did nothing work? Miss, I have to throw away so much food. Eventually it goes bad. Please take it back. I really only want 1 box. This time she turned around and spoke. Oh, you really don't want it? The word really sounded unclear. Maybe she was a migrant worker from a neighboring country. She emphasized, you really don't want it? No, I don't. She ignored me, turned around, pushed her cart away, didn't come back. What's this? I had to take it inside to dispose of the trash anyway. By the 4th night, it was the same every day. Every activity identical. By day 4, the nurse didn't say anything, but she kept staring during my blood pressure check. She kept staring until evening. At 3 p.m., they called to check my symptoms via the hotel phone. I told them I was feeling really bad, fever, voice changing. They confirmed I probably had a high fever and said they'd send a nurse up at 5 p.m. The nurse came, checked, 39.2 degrees Celsius. My voice was hoarse, cough bad. She informed me that at 7 p.m., a nurse would come stay with me as a companion. They'd bring an oxygen tank. My oxygen level was low. I went back to sleep. At 7 p.m., the nurse knocked, came in, set things up, checked my vitals again. Fever still high. Patient, the nurse might sit and wait outside your room. If you need anything, just call. If you can't get up, feel dizzy, just call out. I'll be sitting right outside. I propped my door open with my shoe again. I said okay. I lay down, really unwell, symptoms severe. But I thought to myself, speaking in my mind to her, Miss, today my fever is very high. I'm not well. I'm going to sleep. I'm really sorry, but I have to sleep. But you, please don't worry about me. I was worried about her too. Don't worry, it's okay. There's a nurse staying with me. She's sitting right outside. I fell asleep until I heard a nurse calling, patient, patient. I opened my eyes, still drowsy from medication, couldn't get up yet. On the 3rd call, she opened the door and stepped in. What do you want? Patient, where are you going? What do you want? You can tell me. Where are you going? I pushed myself up. I didn't go anywhere. I just woke up. Oh, then just now who was walking? One person was going back to their room. I saw them get up and walk. What did they want? I raised my hand. I didn't walk. I'm trying to sleep. I'm not well. Okay, sleep. If you need anything, tell me. She walked out. While I lay there, not yet deeply asleep, she went out and argued with the other nurse sitting outside. Strong language. The patient just woke up. They're still sleeping. You said to go check them. But they did walk. Why would I tell you to go check them? I saw them get up to get something from the mini fridge. The fridge is right there, near the display cabinet. I'm in my scrubs. They got up. I saw them get up to get water. I lay there thinking, oh, no, I didn't get up. I grabbed my phone. Exactly 1:50 a.m. So it wasn't me, it was someone else. I went back to sleep. After a while, I heard the water running again. Oh no, the nurse will have to come in again. I quickly pushed myself up, pulled the blanket off my legs. I felt sorry for the first nurse. I made it look like I had just gotten back to bed. She opened the door. "Patient, did you forget to turn off the faucet? I'll turn it off for you. Sleep, sleep, don't get down." She went in, turned it off, came out. I was about to lie down when the other nurse spoke up. "See, I told you they got up. You saw them. They got up." The first nurse came back in. They didn't get up at all. I continued sleeping until 3:30 a.m. when they woke me to ask if I wanted a check. They said they were going downstairs, asked if I was okay, if my temperature was better. They changed my equipment. Before leaving, the nurse who'd been checking on me asked, "Patient, are you okay alone?" She looked at me as if asking if I wanted her to stay. She took out her phone. "I've saved the nurse's number here. If anything happens, just call down and a nurse will come up quickly." She had me dial her number so she'd know it was me. She told the other nurse, "This is the first number. If anything happens, call. I have to go down for a shift change." I thanked her and went back to sleep. She left. From the moment she left, I slept normally. No one woke me, nothing happened at all. From then until morning, everything was the same as before. Nights 4, 5, and 6, same routine. 2 boxes of food every meal, all activities identical. Until day 7 when I went down for my second chest x-ray. They said, "Okay, no lung opacities, I'd be going home soon." I was happy. The nurses had said some people went back on day 9, some stayed the full 10 days. I called everyone, my boyfriend, told them I'd be home soon. Nights 4, 5, and 6, I had to set an alarm, wake up, wait for the time to just go turn off the bathroom water. That was it. Nothing else happened. My mood shifted, like I understood. You just want to keep me company, right? I just have to be awake, right? I just mustn't sleep. If that's all, okay, I can do that. On day 7, I talked to everyone until 6 p.m. I showered, planning to eat dinner. After showering, I felt sleepy. I didn't sleep at all today, and last night I didn't sleep until morning either. I haven't slept at all. It'll be fine. I set the alarm as usual. I'll wake up at midnight. But when the midnight alarm went off, I was so sleepy. Normally, I'm a heavy sleeper. I hit snooze every 5 minutes. I hit the alarm and slept again. Then I got poked. I flinched, poked a second time. This time I was annoyed. I pulled my arm in and turned over to sleep facing away. Then I got pulled, but slowly, gradual. I pulled back, but I was weaker. Second pull, I pulled back again, losing strength. Third pull, it pulled me hard. I wasn't afraid anymore, just so sleepy. I sat up and shouted, not cursing but firm. "Come on, I've asked for space. I've been polite. What more do you want? You've been keeping me company for days." I ranted as much as I could. I tried to sleep again, face down. It pulled me again. I got angry. I made a fist and punched the bed hard, yelled again. Everything went quiet. "Oh, so you need to be yelled at, is that it? You don't like being slept on your back?" I lay on my back comfortably. It needs to be confronted like this sometimes. Just a moment after I lay back, suddenly I felt pressure on my neck. I started choking on my saliva, couldn't breathe, coughing till I felt like I couldn't breathe at all. I tried to beat my chest, but I couldn't. It felt like I was dying. I glanced over. My phone sat by my left shoulder. I had to call that nurse, but no matter how I tried, I couldn't reach it. I felt like I couldn't endure anymore, choking too much. Then I thought in my mind, "You want me to die, right? You want me to die. Okay, fine. If you want me to die, I'll die right now. But if I die, I'll become a vengeful ghost, and you won't be reborn. I'll take revenge. We'll be stuck here together." After that, everything seemed to release. I could breathe again. I coughed until I almost vomited, quickly covered my mouth, ran into the bathroom, vomited heavily. Afterwards, I tried to think scientifically, maybe my sleeping position, a muscle thing like they explain. I tried to think positively, but I was anxious. What was that? Did it really want me to die? Because I was tired, I went back and sat in my usual spot at the head of the bed. I have to make it until morning. But I didn't sleep. I just slowly slid down onto the bed, lay there panting, exhausted, facing the bathroom wall, my head toward it, and I saw at the foot of my bed a woman standing there laughing at me, right in front of me. Then she disappeared. What was she wearing? She appeared again, another figure, probably around my generation, a strappy dress, single strap like young people wear now, a skirt. I'm nearsighted, but I saw it was white with some pattern, though I couldn't make out the pattern. Strappy, short hair. She looked very good, very beautiful. I didn't see a face clearly. That was the first time she showed herself, along with a loud laugh that echoed. I saw her clearly. I was shocked. Then, as if to emphasize, she appeared again and laughed. Ha ha! I was completely shocked, lying there, tears streaming down my face, crying. I apologized to her for speaking badly, for saying I would take revenge for everything. I was in shock a long time. Even when the water started running, I was conscious of it. Oh, the water is running. But I remained frozen until almost 3:30 a.m., nearly 4 a.m. Only then did I slowly compose myself and get up. I walked slowly, mind completely gone, dazed, into the bathroom to turn off the faucet, came back to the bed, sat down, and cried. I started thinking, was that the real thing? Was that really it? I sat thinking a long while. Then I gathered my courage. Will I survive tonight? This might be the night I don't make it. Maybe it came to take me back. I sat typing on my phone, telling my boyfriend about my symptoms, the choking, how tired I was, losing all my strength. Then I walked into the bathroom. I don't know what I was thinking. I leaned over to look in the mirror above the sink. I opened the chat with my boyfriend, pressed the camera button, and took a picture of myself through the mirror. I sent it to him, hoping to wake him up, or if I didn't survive, he'd know what happened, or maybe he'd see something in the picture. I didn't open the picture to look myself, afraid I might actually see something, afraid I couldn't stay in the room anymore. I went back and sat until morning. When the food knock came, I still wasn't aware. I waited until 8 a.m., couldn't take it anymore, crying non-stop, mind gone. I grabbed my phone and called my boyfriend. I told him everything, crying about what I'd been experiencing all this time. By now, his 7-day quarantine was over and he wasn't coming to join me. I told him everything. He told me to calm down. I hung up, went to get the food, put it back, sat in shock, piecing together events, wondering if I'd have to go through this again, if I'd survive the coming days. Then my boyfriend called back. Hey, why didn't you call to tell me to bring you a Buddha amulet? Why didn't you ask for one? I didn't want you to know. He sent me prayers, the ghost-expelling chant, and the Chinabancha incantation, a protective Buddhist mantra, and told me to chant them. He apologized. Until the 9th night, everything was the same. I had to stay awake, couldn't sleep at all so that it wouldn't come wake me up. I just had to go turn off the water. After turning off the water and everything was quiet, I'd press my palms together and tie greeting or respect, and thank it. Thank you for making me stay another day, for letting me survive another day. Same routine. Turn off the water, thank it. Days 8, 9, 10, the same, until discharge day, A11. The doctor said my symptoms lingered. They wanted to double check, so I'd be discharged on the 11th. I thought, oh no, one more night. So I did the same, thanked it the same, but this time I'd told my boyfriend, told my family. He advised me what to do when I left, how to ensure it didn't follow me. Even on the morning of the 11th, the breakfast person still placed 2 boxes of food for me, exactly like that. At first, I never intended to tell this story. Even though I liked listening to them, I never dared tell one. Even after getting back, when I told other people, everyone said it was very scary to call and tell the show, but I still didn't dare until I had a doctor's appointment. When my cue was called to enter the exam room, I stood up, and that same nurse, the one from before, walked past. I don't know where she came from, but she came right up to me and asked, "You, the patient from 1-4, how are you doing after going back? You're okay, right? Everything is normal, right? Nothing followed you?" Nothing followed you? I was bewildered. What? If nothing followed, everything is fine, okay? I'm going now. She quickly replied and walked away. The nurse at the exam room called me in. I went in, confused. When I got home, I quickly told my family. They asked me this, using the word followed. Would they remember a patient that clearly, after months? She even remembered the room number. My boyfriend said, "See, you have to tell this story. It means something really happened. Maybe others wouldn't have encountered it, but the nurse knew. It means the nurse knew something." Now I'm telling the story. Before sending this in, I thought if I had another appointment and ran into that nurse again, I'd ask her for information. So while waiting, I tried to walk around and look for her at the hospital, but I never asked her name. I don't know her name. I didn't find her. So I decided, never mind, I'll just call and tell the story instead. Yes, and I also felt compelled to tell it. The nurse might not know anything, but don't forget, the nurse saw things. When she saw someone lying on the bed and I insisted I was alone, she didn't believe me. Then I opened the door to show her, and there was no one. And when she came to stay with me, she saw me get up and go to the bathroom. But when she came in to check again, I hadn't gotten up. I was lying in the same place. I think they must have talked and gossiped about it. Hey, there must be something in that room for sure. And the food delivery person probably thought there were too. You asked what that woman was wearing. I think maybe she was a patient who passed away there. I don't know. But this hotel, this apartment, was converted and refurbished to accommodate infected people. Maybe there was something there before. On a normal day, when I order food, I try to search for the hotel name on the map app, but it doesn't show this current name. It shows an old name, a Thai-sounding name. It always shows that name. I called to ask before, "Is this?" They confirmed and hung up. I was suspicious. It wasn't the original name at the time we talked. But in my personal opinion, maybe she was a patient. From the image I saw, she looked good, didn't look bad, looked okay. She was just teasing, laughing. Not a cruel laugh. Seemed like she was just having fun. It makes you wonder about the timing. If I hadn't upgraded the room, if I'd stayed with the others, I might not have experienced this. But everything seemed predetermined that I had to meet her in this specific room. She might have been there, and maybe as you thought, "Oh, it's been so long, I'm lonely, no one comes here. Finally someone's here, might as well play with them." Look at what she did, just having fun. Turning on the water, playing with the faucet. I'd wake up, everything would happen, then it would be over. But going back at night, not being able to sleep, being pulled, I couldn't handle it anymore.
Thank you for joining me for this story. Oversea Ghost is a new channel, and I'm still finding my way. If you have feedback, suggestions for future topics, or a local legend from your own corner of the world, please share it in the comments below. Your input is what will help this channel grow and improve. If you enjoyed this journey into the unexplained, please help support the channel by liking this video, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who loves a good mystery. It truly makes all the difference. Until next time, This is Redmond, signing off. Stay curious and take care.